Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Broyans Farm. So we just got done picking a couple orders we had for our farm market, and now we're going to move into bagging corn. So basically how this works is Sammy has the stack of bags over there, then she'll grab one half, I grab the other half, and there's a hole right here with an auger, and then as the corn falls down, it augers the corn out and into the bag where I control the on and off switch, so I can control how much goes in roughly, and then we take it over to Ben, and then he'll weigh it. Okay, so now that we have all of our bags not only filled, but weighed, as you see Ben doing, we will tie them with our bag sewer. All the bags are at 51 pound. We advertise that they're at 50, but just in case there's any discrepancies, we put them to 51. So this machine, we used to do it by hand with a piece of binder twine like this long, and we would kind of like a, I don't even know what kind of knot it would be called, but anyway, you just pull the string, it was easy, it would come off, but it took a lot of time. So we purchased this. Now all I have to do is I have this trigger here, I put it right between these two slots, and in about, I don't know, 7 or 8 seconds, the bag is tied. Now these bags were previously used and the customers brought them back, which is what we really encourage, because it saves us money and the bags are still in perfect condition. So if you do purchase our bags, we really appreciate you bringing them back. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to my channel so I can reach out to more people and show them what we do and how we do it.
going.
Now we're moving on to yellow dolls. Not very big, but beautiful. That's kind of the size they're supposed to be though. That right there, Ben told them, is perfect.
That would have been funny if I just dropped it.
This is yellow watermelon?
Yes.
Doll.
Doll.
Should I put on here?
I guess so.
But I'm not the greatest at catching watermelons. These little guys.
That was a big deal. Got that one right there. That one right there.
Well, I think it's missing it now. But
No? Yeah.
whoa. Oh, that's huge.
Wow, I don't know where they're coming from. Are you getting yellow? Are you separating?
Yeah.
Okay, so we just got back, got the bins in the cooler here. Now this isn't all from today, this is from the past, I would say like 4 or 5 days. Here is a bin of cantaloupe topped with some yellow dolls. Here is yellow seedless mixed with some honeydew down there on the side. And then we have 4 bins left of all cantaloupe. And then, you know, all of our racks of just assorted peppers and all that kind of stuff. We just got rid of, I think, well, today we got rid of 1.5 bins. And over the past couple days, we got rid of 2 other bins of cantaloupe we sold to local farmers, which is really good because not only is it helping them out, but it's getting us some room in our own cooler here. So this will last us probably this next week coming up. Today is Saturday, so between our market at home and the Scranton Farmers Market and the Wilkes-Barre Farmers Market we go to, we should get all this used up in this next week, which is good because cantaloupe, even though it is stored properly in here and it's cooled down nice, it's only gonna last about a week before they start getting really ripe, and then, you know, they're gonna start getting soft. We also just started picking our new patch of pickles, which Dad, Sammy, and Ben are watching right now. We're not grading them just because it's the first picking, and well, I guess they're doing small and large, but we're not getting too crazy with sizes just because we only have, I think, 2 or 3 baskets full. Lily. I get the question a lot at market, you know, how do you know if a cantaloupe or a watermelon is ripe? And it's hard for me to tell you, especially when you're at a grocery store where they're brought in, because you don't know how, I mean, it's not usually from a local farm, it's usually brought in. And so, you know, you don't know how they're picking them, you know, if they're ripe. I just don't know how to tell you for something like that. But if you're at a farm market and you know it's grown locally, what you should usually look for on a watermelon is a yellow belly, something like this. If I can get it flipped over. You can see how, you know, you got your green watermelon and that yellow belly. That tells us that that is ripe and ready to go. Now, that's not saying that it's not overripe, because if you let that sit in the field for a long time, it could get what's called pethy, and at that point, when you're eating it, it kind of tastes like there's little granules of sugar in it, and that usually just means it's overripe. It doesn't mean it's bad or that you shouldn't eat it. It just means that, you know, it's been on the vine for a little longer than it probably should have been. And then, since we just know our fields and we've been picking watermelon for a while, and this patch is now reaching, you know, the end of its cycle, there is a couple watermelons out there that have not got a yellow belly, like this one here. Now, I can almost guarantee you, not 100% because, you know, nobody knows until it's open, but I would say for 99% sure that that is ready to go and ripe inside, not only just from experience, but because we've also cut a couple open and know that they're good. So, if possible, and you're at a farmer's market or you're at the grocery store, whatever, look for that yellow belly. That'll give you a good indication. Like even this one here on this sugar baby has that yellow belly. And for cantaloupe in here, now cantaloupe, it's a little bit darker in here to see, but for cantaloupe it's pretty simple. I'm gonna take this one outside and this one, and I'll show you. We've had people come up at market and they'll put the cantaloupe up to their nose and they'll smell them, or they'll take their finger, or like usually their thumb, right where the stem was, and they'll press on it as hard as they can, or they're knocking on them. And really, that's not telling you anything as much as you think it is. It's really not. What really tells you if a cantaloupe is ripe is just that yellow color. That right there tells you it's ready to eat today, or you could probably wait a day. But after one more day, I probably would start to cut that and at least get it put in the fridge. Something like this, where you can see that greener tint, that means it could probably wait 2 days, I would say at least, to eat that. You could eat it now, but it's not gonna be as soft or probably as sweet. Cantaloupe, unlike watermelon, will ripen off the vine, especially if it's not in the cooler. Like out here, in a day, that cantaloupe would for sure be ripe. And if it was gonna be like 90 degrees in here or in the sun, I wouldn't even leave it sit out. I would put it in the fridge if possible. So that just kind of gives you an idea. I'm not saying you're wrong if you want to knock on them. You know, everybody has their ways, but for somebody who's been doing it for quite a while and has a pretty good idea, I can tell you that all that nonsense is kind of just a waste. For watermelon, the knocking is kind of an indication. Like if I knock on this, actually I don't usually do that. I tap on it like that. And if it kind of like bounces back at me and has that hollow sound, that tells me that it's good. If it has like a dead thud sound, that usually means something's not quite right with it. Not all the time, but sometimes. So until you really cut, whether it's a cantaloupe or watermelon open, there's really no for sure way to tell, but that is just a farmer's perspective on how to tell if they're ready to go or not. With that being said, I wanted to thank you guys for watching, and always remember, it ain't much, but it's honest work.